I was very fortunate
Right.
that I was plunged into the deep end.
Right.
I knew nothing very much about security. Yes,
Yeah.
Pakistan, Bangladesh,
Yeah.
you are involved in
Right.
some security related issues
Yes.
that are there.
Sure.
But how does the Indian system work?
Right.
What are the institutions? How do they function? What is their role, etc., etc.
Right.
I learned this very fast on the job because we had the Kargil conflict
Right.
with which we
Yes.
were also dealing.
Yes.
And then I had a bird's eye view of security issues because the Kargil Review Committee interviewed a lot of
us.
analysts like you who knew a lot about security from the outside,
Right.
as well as the people inside.
Inside, yes.
So the Kargil Review Committee, I think, did a very good job, and it was a learning experience because on hard security matters, one learnt a great deal through the process of the report writing and the interviewing.
Right.
I mean, we interviewed hundreds of people.
I remember that.
We went to the places where the conflict took place.
Yes.
We went to Siachen and all that also. We flew there. We flew the Kargil Heights, etc.
Right.
And it really produced a report. But there were many recommendations. The cardinal recommendation was that there must be a holistic review of security.
Yes.
And for that purpose, they recommended that a committee be set up, and therefore a group of ministers was set up
Yes.
under Mr. Advani
Right.
to take a holistic review of security. Now, in the very first meeting, and by then I had been sensitized to the nature of the NSCS
Right.
sufficiently. At the very first meeting with Mr. Advani, Mr. Jaswant Singh, Yashwant Sinha, and George Fernandez, I posed the query. I said, it's a holistic.
Right.
So what about economic issues, etc.? Are we
Not hard security. alone.
the soft security issues? Are we to look at those?
Yes.
You have to take a view
Yeah, exactly.
today.
Yes.
And they decided that, look, we will look at it more in the traditional pattern. So they decided to set up 4 task forces:
Correct.
intelligence, higher management of defense,
Yes.
internal security.
Yeah.
So issues, intelligence.
Intelligence. yes.
So issues like these were taken.
Right.
And the soft security issues they did not look at. And each of those task forces prepared the reports. They were headed and manned by very well-known experts,
Exactly.
the best in the country, if I may say so.
Yes, of course.
And they produced their reports, which were then went to the cabinet secretary and the concerned ministries, and through a process of dialogue, the group of ministers
Came up.
teased out the recommendations.
Absolutely.
And these recommendations numbered around 350, of which the NSCS
Yes.
was involved with the implementation.
Right.
So we got involved then not only with writing the reports, which were done by us,
Right.
but also actually overseeing the implementation of those reforms. And that's when I mentioned about the shortcomings
I know. Yes.
that
you have.
were there.
Correct.